WWE's second live event in Japan took place in Tokyo on 26th July 2024. The first match was a six-man tag team match featuring Kevin Owens, LA Knight, and Shinsuke Nakamura against the Bloodline. LA Knight received a loud pop from the fans in attendance, while Shinsuke Nakamura, the hometown hero, received a warm welcome and a grand entrance. He was cheered the most out of the trio. Solo Sikoa was heavily booed by the fans, the Japanese fans. In the end, the babyfaces picked up a big win over the heels, over the Bloodline, and then celebrated as fans cheered for the trio. Kevin Owens has been feuding with the Bloodline for quite some time now, as fans are aware. After that, Asuka came out for the second night in a row, and made an announcement. A women's world title match between Liv Morgan and Damage Control's Io Sky was held immediately after that. Liv Morgan is basically a heel at this point, is feuding with Rhea Ripley over Dominic Mysterio on WWE RAW, and has a match set for SummerSlam 2024 where she'll defend the Women's World Championship against The Nightmare. Tonight, she faced Io Sky of Damage Control and received loud pops from the fan in attendance. Here's some pics from the match. Liv Morgan was mostly dominating for the entirety of the match, and in the end picked up a big win over Io Sky by pinning her. After the match, Liv Morgan celebrated in the ring as well as outside the ring and on the entranceway. She has been doing a great job as the Women's World Champion ever since she injured Rhea Ripley on Raw and then won the title from Becky Lynch in Saudi Arabia. After that, we had this big 8-woman tag team match that happened in Osaka as well. Tiffany Stratton received a warm welcome from fans. Here's Damage Control with Asuka, who is not using crutches now. The baby faces were Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Bayley, and Miko Satomura. Kairi Sane did a great job during the entirety of the match. Here are some pics from the match. Miko Satomura, as expected, is all set to retire from professional wrestling and expectedly received a warm welcome. This sequence was heavily cheered where the 4 babyfaces executed a slam on the 4 heels and did it to perfection. After that, in the end, the babyfaces picked up a big win, but a big surprise was yet to come. Miko Satomura then challenged Bayley to a huge women's title match for the last live event that's set for tomorrow in Tokyo. These 2 women will face off in a women's championship match, a WWE Women's Championship match in Tokyo tomorrow night. Miko Satomura is all set to retire, as I previously said, in a few days. A fan held a Joe Hendry sign. He's famous in Japan as well. Then it was time for a singles match between Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio received a great pop from the fans in attendance. He has been doing this for more than 30 years at this point, and as expected, Japanese fans love him. Rey Mysterio took on Damian Priest in a World Heavyweight Championship match. Damian Priest is on his way to becoming a full-fledged babyface at this point. Rey Mysterio taking it all in while Damian Priest looks at him. These 2 had a great match with each other in Tokyo tonight. Damian Priest didn't get as many pops as Rey Mysterio, but was still cheered by the fans in attendance. Here, he can be seen executing a slam on Rey Mysterio. In the end, Damian Priest hit a chokeslam on Rey Mysterio, and that was it for the WWE Hall of Famer. Damian Priest pinned the WWE veteran to retain his World Heavyweight Championship. He will take on Gunther in a World Heavyweight Championship match at SummerSlam. After that, we had an Intercontinental Championship match between Dirty Dominic Mysterio and champion Sami Zayn. Dirty Dominic Mysterio receives loud boos on a weekly basis on WWE TV on WWE RAW. This wasn't any exception, and Japanese crowds booed the hell out of Dominic Mysterio tonight in Tokyo. Expectedly, Sami Zayn received massive pops from the fans in attendance, and Dominic Mysterio didn't like that one bit. During the final moments of the match, Sami Zayn managed to take over the hold on Dominic Mysterio. Here's Sami Zayn pinning Dominic Mysterio to retain his WWE Intercontinental Championship, and then he paid his respects to the Japanese fans in attendance and was given a warm reception by the fans and a standing ovation as well. After that, it was time for Gunther vs Jey Uso. This was basically a comedy match. At first, Gunther met some fans, had a great time with them, even though he is a heel. Gunther took some pictures with fans, and then we started the match. Gunther and Jey Uso did some comedy spots in the beginning, as has always been the case with Jey Uso at live events. Jey Uso tried to make Gunther do the iconic Yeet taunt. This has been happening at WWE live events for quite some time now. Gunther at first pretended to do the Yeet taunt with Jey Uso, but then ended up hitting him with a leg drop. Gunther took Jey Uso by his head, as can be seen in some pics from the live event. Gunther is trying to make Jey Uso understand, make him believe that he will do the Yeet taunt, but in the end he didn't, and attacked Jey Uso. For the better part of the match, Gunther was dominant over Jey Uso. He is all set to take on Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship at the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam. And here he picked up a huge win by pinfall over Jey Uso. Jey Uso after the match paid respects to the Japanese fans, and then it was time for the World Tag Team Championship match between the New Day's Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods against the Judgment Day's JD McDonough and Finn Balor. JD McDonough and Finn Balor are full-fledged heels, and unsurprisingly, the New Day received a warm welcome from fans. JD McDonough wasn't happy one bit with the reception that the New Day was receiving from the fans, but Finn Balor was seemingly unconcerned. Here's him hitting a leg drop from the top rope, and then there's Kofi Kingston hitting an elbow drop on JD McDonough. Some more picks from the match. In the end, just like what happened in Osaka, Finn Balor and JD McDonough picked up a big win over the New Day's Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, and thus retained their World Tag Team Championships. And it was time finally for Cody Rhodes vs AJ Styles in an undisputed WWE Championship match. Cody Rhodes is the biggest babyface in WWE since his victory over Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40 earlier this year. He received a massive pop from the fans in attendance, from the Japanese fans, and took his merry time taking it all in, with the belt strapped on his waist. Out came AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, the former WWE champion, and he was wearing a mask. Interestingly, AJ Styles was wearing a mask, and Cody Rhodes seemed surprised by the fact that AJ Styles was wearing a mask. The match then kicked off as expected. It was a hard-hitting bout, a hard-hitting brawl, and AJ Styles surprisingly was dominant over Cody Rhodes for most of the match, and fans rallied behind the American Nightmare like never before and were rooting for him to defeat AJ Styles for most of the match, as he is an even bigger babyface, probably an even bigger babyface in Japan. After the match, Cody Rhodes wore his father's iconic in a few minutes, in a few seconds, the pic will come out. And here are the pics. Cody Rhodes wearing his father's iconic vests and posing with it in front of the fans, as fans cheer for him loudly. This wasn't it though. Cody Rhodes then posed with a young girl, a young fan, to send the fans home happy. One more live event is left where Cody Rhodes will obviously wrestle